and welcome to What I Eat in a Day video. I filmed this on a Saturday, so I had more time to cook than I usually would during the week. I started off this morning with our baked oats recipe, which is essentially our porridge recipe, but it tastes so much better. It does take a bit longer though. So we mashed one banana each, and I just do it in the baking dish to save on dishes. I do 70 grams of oats per person, and bung that straight in there, and then I usually eyeball the milk, but I weighed it to check how much I put in, and it's around the same, so 70 grams per person. Just mix it all in until it's kind of a good consistency, quite thick, and then add in some cinnamon on top, and baking powder, 1 teaspoon for 2 portions. Then peanut butter, I just added 2.5 tablespoons, because we really like peanut butter, and kind of mix that through a little bit, and top with blueberries. After we'd been out with the dog, it had been cooked for about 45 minutes, took it out of the oven and served it with some oat milk and maple syrup, and it was really good. But then, unfortunately, we had to clean the house, so here's a little montage of the cleaning process. We have just had a massive clean-a-thon, so the house is nice and clean, but we're now very hungry, so we're going to make some BLT with tempeh sandwiches for lunch. So I've got the ingredients looked out. What we're going to use is this sourdough bread, hummus, tempeh, lettuce, tomato, and then to spice, we'll flavour it. We're going to use soy sauce, garlic, paprika and pepper. Out in the afternoon to a coffee shop and found somewhere to read, and then we went on a nearly dark dog walk because we'd been putting it off. It was very cold, but Fletcher enjoyed himself. But then it was time to start making tea, so started off by adding cauliflower florets to a pan and frying them off until they're brown. Usually I use fresh, but there wasn't any in the shop, so I do recommend using fresh. The frozen ones were a little bit too soft. Then I added 1 cup of cashews and just fried those off for a couple minutes as well. While that's cooking, I just prepped the garlic bulbs. I did about 5 bulbs, roughly cut, because they're going to get blended anyway. This is just the sauce. So fry all that together and then start preparing the stock, which is 500 ml of vegetable stock, and put all this in a big pot now to kind of stew down all together to create your sauce base. And while that's cooking down, you can just prep some pasta. We use tagliatelle, and we cook 7 bowls for 2 people, so about 3.5 each. Then I add silken tofu to the sauce mix, which just adds a really lovely silky texture and loads of protein as well. Now it's time to add the spices. I'll put in the description exactly what amounts of spices we added. It's a bit touch and go though, just add and flavour however you want. We also add nooch at the end, which makes it really nice and creamy and cheesy, and peas is kind of the vegetable, although there is hidden cauliflower in there too. It tastes so good and we really enjoy this meal. We were kind of still hungry after tea, so we whipped up some chocolate chip cookies. My favourite recipe is the double chocolate by Loving It Vegan. They work perfectly every time and they're so delicious. That's everything we ate today. Thank you so much for watching.